All right, hello and welcome to my first analysis here. All right, so I chose this website called AWW. I actually don't even know what the AWW stands for. I should probably figure that out. So it's AWW board. It's just a website, so it can be found here. You can see here at AWW app.com. As far as the cost, there is a regular version that is free, and premium version that is paid. I've used the free version, and the free version is way more than enough for everything we need to do. So I would call it a free use. All right, so what is this? So this is a collaborative whiteboard. So it's really cool. So one person hosts a whiteboard, which is what I'm doing right now. And then you share out a link to other people. So you click this invite button, and using this link, you give that link to whoever else you want to join. You also have three options. So allow everyone to edit, allow everyone to just view the whiteboard, or share a copy for each person. I think the most collaborative is allow everyone to view. So if I have that set, I can put that link on like a Google Classroom or however you want to share your links. So the student gets on that, and I can have an unlimited amount of students on here. So what I can do is I can write on here. I can, if I'm doing a math class, I can write 4 plus 4. Right. So right now I'm using my laptop. I do have a pen for my smartboard, which makes this 1,000 times easier. But I would say that this is pretty limited to being able. You have to have a device that is touchscreen, because otherwise it just gets super sloppy, and I'm a terrible writer with my luckily I can't even make an 8. So I'd say you definitely have to have a touchscreen device for this. So what's cool is that whoever is on this board, so say I have a student in the back corner, or like we're talking about, I have a student in Kentucky. They can write on this board in the exact same fashion I do. So I can set something up. I can say, hey, what's 6 plus 3? And then I say, all right, someone answer that. And then, they go in and they put their 10. I'm just kidding. I know it's 9. All right. So as far as, so that's the main thing. Then what you can do is you can actually save your whiteboard. Like today, I just click the save button and it saves whatever I worked on there. And I can use that in the future. All right. So, I view this way more as a synchronous tool. So it can either be teacher to student, so I can either lead a class and have students work on it. I can either lead a class and have students kind of pop in as they want, or I can put students into groups, and each group can have a unique whiteboard. So you can have 3 students working on the same whiteboard. So that would call that like my student to student interaction. And that is, that's obviously more of our synchronous lesson. I didn't really feel, as far as the collaboration goes, there was much use for an asynchronous lesson. So yeah, definitely way more synchronous. All right. So in terms of social presence, I thought the 2 main ones that were hit here were instructor investment and interaction intensity. So if we're talking about a teacher to student interaction, so if the teacher had the whiteboard, then and they were interacting with the student, and they were both writing on it, trying to solve a problem at the same time, that's big time instructor investment, right? That's like 1-on-1 or 1-on-3, the instructor working with the students. And if it was if you were doing student to student, if you said, hey guys, get in a group and work on your whiteboard together, separate from the instructor, I would say that's big time interaction intensity. I mean, they're literally working on essentially the same piece of paper, trying to solve a problem. Another thing you can do if you can't have voice control, you can type in messages like this, hello, and so on and so forth. So that's big time interaction investment. As far as that table, so I would say this falls under brainstorming, because you can have groups come together and write, they can make their webs, and they can, since they're working together, and you can make this really big. So you can really get some ideas jotted down there. And also, I would say it's problem solving. So I could go in here, and I could be part of the whiteboard, and I could type in a problem that says, if Jason has 3, blah, 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 blah. I can set up a problem, and then students are working together, through creating, if they need to create shapes or whatever it is, to solve that problem collaboratively. So definitely brainstorming and problem solving. In terms of how I would teach this with my content, I see this as a huge math use. Like I said, you could pop a word problem on there and, hey guys, work together. Or you could have, one student solve a problem one way, another student solve a number problem another way. And then they can all look at how they solved it and comment on it. And then right on top and, say, hey, why did you solve it like this? Again, we're looking at that student to student interaction. Overall, I found this best for, doing a synchronous class. It gets people talking about problems. It gets people working on problems in the same space at the same time. So I thought this was a great resource. All right, any questions? I would love to answer some comments.